Hello, beautiful artsy people of the world. How are you? I'm Janique, and I'm an illustrator and artist living here in the Pacific Northwest, and we're back for another episode. And honestly, I wasn't really sure what this episode would be. Full transparency, I did not have my plan for March in place of my podcast episodes, so I am running behind. But that does not mean that the content will stop. I am gearing up to plan out some more podcast episodes to be more engaging, have a little bit more research behind them, and ultimately give you, the people, the content that you deserve. And also, I'll be putting together some mini video clips of the Artist Alley experience. Most recently, I attended FanExpo Portland, and it went okay. I mostly got some really good connections out of it, and that's always a great thing. And I got to understand more about this particular franchise of conventions. Safe to say that the general consensus is, because it's a new entity and it's been taken over by a new authority. It used to be called something else, and now it's called FanExpo with new owners, that it just needs a little bit of time to cook and get bigger and better. And what they did this year was phenomenal. It was fantastic as far as celebrities went. I think that was really cool. Some of the celebrities were Michael J. Fox, the voice of The Little Mermaid in the original 1989 animation. And I don't know people, so I can't remember. But that's celebrities are cool to me because I'm a millennial kid, but probably not as cool to other folks, and that's fine. All in all, it was a good attendance. People just weren't shopping, and that could be because it was it's still not too far out from the holidays. People are probably still recovering from the cost of living in general and spending for the holidays. And it was the weekend after Valentine's Day, so maybe people spend money on that. It's still cold. There's a lot of different factors, I'm supposing. And I think summer is definitely the best Artist Alley time. That's when the kids are out of school, college kids, high school kids. They're out of school, they don't have really much of anything to do, so they'll do conventions or go to conventions and have fun. It felt like FanExpo felt a little bit like a Comic-Con to me. And I say that because Comic-Cons have never really been a great moneymaker for me, with the exception of Rose City, because there were so many folks there at Rose City. I do think I was very surprised at my debut of my K-pop tote bags. I had two focused concepts for my tote bags. I made a magical girl tote bag and with a cool design, and then the other concept was K-pop tote bags. And surprisingly, I guess, the K-pop tote bags went over much better than the Magical Girl ones. I sold more of the K-pop tote bags. So it's pretty cool. I'm still struggling with selling K-pop portraits. I'm not surprised at some of the places that I sell at, because it's of course a Comic-Con or anime convention or things like that. I've only done one anime convention, and it was a small one, so I'm really looking forward to seeing like what a big anime convention would provide for me. But I think I'm still reeling from the shock of attending a K-pop convention. And granted, that was it in its first year. It was completely new, and then it was alongside 3 other simultaneous conventions that were happening at the same time in the same place. I just did not expect to do so poorly at a K-pop convention in comparison to Comic-Cons. And yeah, still reeling from that. But I don't know. I think I'm going through I guess fork in the road moment currently in my artwork, where I really love K-pop. Like, personally, that's like my thing. I like it, I enjoy it. I really like BL, even though I have not yet made quite a large amount of BL content as far as artwork is concerned, because like I don't think it's even more niche than K-pop, so I don't think it will do as well at shows for sure. So it's like I don't want to do it, even though I have some really great ideas. I just don't want to do it. And this goes back to my earlier episode about talking about like the things that I want to do as far as my art's concerned, and wanting to stick to that and like, you know, do the thing that I am most excited about, most proud of, but having to find that middle ground for folks that are actually gonna buy and support my artwork. So it's difficult. I think for me right now, I am leaning more into wanting to create artwork that says something. And that doesn't mean that I'm completely turning my back on K-pop content or anime content, even though I really should make more anime stuff, but that would mean to watch more anime shows, and there's only so many hours in the day. I am really wanting to kind of take up the, I guess, mantle, you could say, of like something similar to what I'm a Wonder does in their artwork. I think her name is Tina Tran, if I can remember correctly, but she's an illustrator, and she does quite a bit of like very pretty cutesy stylized portraits, and some of them do happen to fall into the realm of K-pop and anime as well. But it's more original work, and it's more work that more artwork that I like to think appeals to a broader audience, but is still fun and captures the things that she enjoys and likes to do. And I need to find that happy middle ground for me, where I get to create something that I enjoy, but also like appeals to a larger audience of folks. And I not to say that I want to like sell out, like, quote, sell out, unquote. But there's a feeling of, why am I doing this, that's starting to come to me after having so many instances of not quite reaching the monetary goal that I want at some of these shows. And the quote that keeps coming to my mind is it's a quote that, like, I don't actually know who originally said it, but I remember hearing it so many times in high school that the definition of insanity is to keep doing the same thing and expecting a different result. And it feels like I'm doing just that, doing the exact same thing, and just hoping that I'm getting a different result in the end, and it's not really working out. So it's time to pivot. It's time to change it up a bit. And it's funny because I looked back through my Instagram, and in 2019, the end of 2019, beginning of 2020, during the pandemic, at the very beginning of it, when everyone was home and there was really like nothing to do, you just had to be home, I was creating, and I was just like looking at other artists' work and doing stuff in my own style, and playing around with character design. And I really enjoyed that. I really did. I was trying out different shading techniques in Photoshop, and I was having a lot of fun with it. And I don't really know exactly what changed, what switched. Maybe having to move across country and then starting a new job in a new place and having a completely different and new life. Maybe that had a lot to do with me not keeping that up. But I looked back and I looked back on those illustrations. I'm like, that was fun. That's cool. That's definitely my voice shining through my artwork. And how do I get back to that? So I think I'm gonna take some time and really just go back to playing in art and enjoying making characters, and not necessarily copying, but looking to other artists and recreating the things that they've put out there, and putting my own spin to it. And funny enough too, I used to get a lot of views or a lot of likes on those. So yeah, maybe it's time to go back and just play around with that and see where that takes me, how that evolves my artwork. So I didn't have a plan for this podcast episode, but it's seeming to work out in its own way. I feel like the general gist of this is to play, to just go back to playing with art. Yeah, so I've had a couple of ideas in my head, and a lot of them revolve around these characterizations of soft girls or softness, femininity, hyper feminine. Ooh, I can't say that. Hyper femininity, and just connecting again to that. I think because I'm personally connecting back again with my feminine self, I am wanting to explore that more in my artwork as well. I And I guess I should explain that. So during the winter, I typically like dress in like baggier clothes, things that are like more comfy. This typically means that it's like clothing that kind of strips away from my classic feminine styles. They're a little bit more boxy, more just boring, colorless. And like as soon as spring hits, I'm like, okay, dresses. so yeah, just getting back to that and more colorful stuff. And really practicing with backgrounds. I really struggle with backgrounds. I think that's also why I enjoy doing portraits. It's because like the face takes up everything. If you have all the detail in the hair and the face and the clothing, then you don't need to worry about a background. But I really miss like at least drawing florals in the back, or I miss painting a lot in ink. And I just like for a moment I was so busy like hustling and trying to get work done and for conventions, and being like, okay, as soon as I get this done, as soon as I like have this project finished, I'll do the artwork that I like want to play around with and like really feel like doing. And it hasn't really happened like that yet. I just haven't found the time yet. But it's like I almost hate to say this, but like I have the BTS portraits project that I'm working on, and I also have a 17, a really cool 17 project that I'm working on. And by 17 I mean the K-pop group 17, not the magazine for teenagers. And I'm just like, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I think that if I really sat down and made myself, I could and I will actually finish that 17 project, because it's a really cool poster idea. And I think people would like, the 17 fans would really like it, but I need to do that soon. That's the thing too. It's like I need to get faster because I can't get stuff out as quickly as most folks can, as most other artists could. So like the 17 poster is time sensitive. Like if they had come out with another concept, this poster is scrapped. I can't do anything with it. So I really have to hurry up on it. But I just, now that I have like new ideas flowing, I'm like, I don't want to continue to do this anymore. And I know artists feel like that. They're like, okay, I've got this new idea, let me roll with this. And it might also be part of my ADHD too, but like wanting to start a new project. But I'm really struggling with this, y'all. It's like, no, that's an awful comparison. I was about to say it's like having a baby but not wanting to do anything with it, so you just have another baby. I'm so sorry to the parents out there. But I am rambling. And I think I ultimately have come to the decision that, I just need to switch it up. And that's okay. That's totally fine. That's what we're supposed to do as artists. So we're never supposed to just like box ourselves in and like do only one thing, even though that's how quite a few artists become famous. They get famous for their one thing. But yeah, let's not do that. Let's realize that we are multidimensional people and beings, and we should not like box ourselves into doing only one thing. If you have gotten this far into this rambling, winding road of a podcast episode, tell me what is starting to inspire you in the comments. Like, what is making you focus or hyper focus on the things that you're supposed to be doing and you're not doing? Just kidding. What are some of the things that you're interested in trying out and doing and exploring? Let me know. Maybe we can figure this all out together. And like, you know what? Actually, y'all, I really would love to do something really cool, like a community project at some point. I can't wait till I have like 100 of you listening and can put out a call to action where we're like, hey, this month, let's do a sketchbook project. That'd be cool, right? So yeah, leave me some cool comments, and I read them, y'all. I read comments. I like comments when I remember to log in. And I love interacting with y'all. So definitely like, share, and subscribe to my podcast, to my YouTube channel, and keep an eye out for the video logs, vlogs, videos of the conventions that I haven't been going to, and I hope to catch y'all in the next one. Bye.